Welcome to the Mother-Daughter-ish podcast. It's your mama's favorite podcast.
And the podcast your daughter always wanted.
This is Miss Dawn.
And Angelique.
From the 713. Houston, y'all. Get connected and stay connected weekly as new shows debut on Sunday, Wednesday, and please check out our Saturday Out and About showcases.
Enjoy the show. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and tell every woman on the planet that you know about our show.
Here's our show for today. Hey ladies, this is your official invitation to join us on the Winner's Circle Cruise in January. We're going to meet in Fort Lauderdale and go through Key West. And then from Key West, we are going to go over to Bimini, Bahamas. If you have not been to the Bahamas in the last year or so, you've got to go. It is so wonderful, so lovely, so awesome. So far, we've got a good group of ladies that are already signed up. The max to go is 24, unless something wild happens, but 24 is the max. If you received the flyer from me, you know that you need to go ahead and get your deposit down. So we'll spend the first day in Fort Lauderdale getting on the cruise. It'll spend a day on the water. We'll get over to Key West, spend a day there. That'll be day 3. And then for day 4, we will be in Bimini, Bahamas, and we will spend an entire day there where we will just foo-la-la, foo-la-la, foo-la-la. And the final day, we will be back in Fort Lauderdale. I do suggest that you get to Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the night before the cruise. I have seen people be left, so don't be one of them. Now, if you want to leave the day we get back, the cruise is going to be back. By the time you get off, it'll be 10. So if you want to book you a flight, book it after 10 or noon. You just saw the beautiful rooms that we are going to be booking. Yes, every room will have a balcony unless you declare otherwise. Now look at that water. Can you tell me you don't want to be there? Look at all of those good markets. You telling me you don't want to be with the Winner's Circle? The Winner's Circle is for women owners of businesses that want to get together with other women from all over different places to be able to mastermind, to talk about our businesses, to grow, to support one another, to hear others' perspectives on how you can do things different in your business to be the best business and to grow your business. Anything that you can't talk about with other people, this is a great time. Join us on the Winner's Circle Cruise. Hey, mothers and daughters, I am here again. Of course, I told you all month of June, we're going to be doing Women and Success. And that is a series that I love to do every year where I get to talk to women from all over the world. And it gets to be pretty exciting. Well, guess what? I'm bringing someone all the way from Switzerland. Now, let me tell you, this is pretty exciting for me because I have not been to Switzerland and I can't wait to go to Switzerland. And I have Miss Cornelia Kawann on the phone today. Well, not just on the phone, but on video for you to be able to meet her and talk about her business. And just so you know, she's a personal energy strategist. So I'm going to have a good time with that because y'all know I'm all about that positive energy. Welcome to the show.
Hello, everybody, and hello, Dawn. Thank you so much for having me on the Mother-Daughter podcast. I'm really excited to meet you all over there from all the way from Switzerland. And yeah, let's have fun, right?
So how exciting is it that I'm over here in Texas and you're over there in Switzerland? We're on 2 different time zones completely, but we still get the opportunity to connect. I mean, how wonderful is that though, really?
Exactly. And I really always appreciate it in a way. Yeah, you're just one Zoom call away, right?
Exactly. That's why I tell people you can really connect with anyone you want. You just got to put your schedules together, make yourself flexible, and things will happen and magic will just, automatically appear. Let's talk about your business and how long you've been in it. Let's go for it.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So my business, from my background, I'm an electrical engineer.
Okay.
So I do know what electric energy is. And so later, when I had some health issues, then I started, digging into ways on how I can heal myself. And then that's when I discovered quantum science. And, everybody will say, oh, quantum science, what's that? But in a way, in a nutshell, it just says that everything and everybody is just energy. And
I love it.
And from my perspective, this made life actually so much easier, because if you think like every thought is energy, or every virus is just a frequency, or it's so much easier to work with frequencies and with energy than with kind of matter, because it takes so much energy and time to put something from here over there, or, to bring something from here, from Switzerland to Texas. It will take some time. There will be some cost to it, and then we have CO2 or whatever. And if I just send you something like a thought or some energy, it's right there, right? And it's so much faster and so much easier.
Absolutely.
So I started kind of experimenting with myself, because to deal with my health issues. So I started, kind of recharging my energy. I thought myself as kind of a battery. And then I thought, if you recharge your phone, why can't I recharge my own battery? And so I experimented. I found some really cool techniques. And then I started, if we know, we have this physical body, and in our physical body, in a way, they're like, every cell has like this millivolts, minus 70 millivolts, when you really have a healthy cell. And your brain, it's communicating with the organs and with all the fingers and everything. It's communicating with little currents, like the nervous system is all of little milliamperes. So if you have milliamperes and millivolts in our body, in a way, it means we are walking battery. Right. So in a way, it's similar to a phone, right? And we all know that there is an electromagnetic field around our phones. So if I believe that, why don't I believe I have this electromagnetic field around myself?
That's right. That makes so much sense. You just explained that in such a way that I think that anyone can absolutely understand it. So what is the name of your business?
It's my name is the name is on Energy On. So in a way to switch your energy on. So that's the name. And the idea is to show people, because now everybody is managing in time, right? Everything is about time management, and we're so kind of obsessed to press as many things and to-dos in our 24 hours, right? To get the max out of it. Yeah. And I noticed when I was sick is, what can you do with all the time in your life when you're sick? It doesn't have any value anymore, because you can't use it the way you want. So for me, my energy is my most important asset, or my most important currency. Right. And if you think about it, like, we have this energy, like you get up with your energy in the morning, and if you don't do anything, you're kind of trading your energy for every thought, whatever you're doing, for your belief, every word you're talking, you're kind of trading your energy. And, sometimes you're doing a lot of it, and then you're kind of, your battery is empty. Right. And so I thought I need to have a way to recharge my energy whenever I want to. So that's why, and I also figured out, all these women, they want to make an impact. They have their families. They have so many obligations, for their, they want to have their own business, or their, their job, their career. They have their kids, their family, their husbands, or then they have like aging parents. So all women have so many obligations. Right. So they don't even have a choice to not manage their energy. And that's what I want to do. I want to empower women that they can manage their energy, and kind of play a little bit around it, and to have energy whenever you need it, to set energetic boundaries. Like, it's so difficult to say no. Right. And especially for women, because we are brought up in a different way. You always need to be a people's pleaser and make other people happy. And so we have this little barrier in saying no. And what I've noticed, if I set like energetic boundaries, like say, here, this is my energy, people even, they keep more distance, because they can feel it. Even if we don't see energy, we all can feel it, right? That is so true. And on the other side, I got asked less, right? Because there was kind of this buffer in between. It was more difficult for others to come over this buffer. So I didn't have to say no that often because I wasn't even asked.
Wasn't even.
And
I
I know
love it. I love it. What you're saying is making so much sense, and you're explaining it to me in a way that I'm just like thinking, like, for example, in business, I do a lot of networking. It's amazing how you can be in a room of 50 people, and the right ones know how to enter into that field, like you said, of energy, and the ones that know not to even, you don't even get approached by those type of people. You don't even get approached by the ones with the negative sentiments. You don't get approached by the ones that are just not going to gel with you. So when you're saying this, my mind is going like, oh my gosh, I so understand exactly what you're saying. And it really is about placing those boundaries around yourself so that you don't even get approached with the things that don't fit well with wherever you are in your life. And we all are in different areas, but it works out really, really well like that. So when did you start to, like, before you got sick and you were noticing, okay, how you were placing your time and figuring out that really it's not about time, it's really about you and how you work your day through. Before that, were you just kind of a people pleaser? Were you kind of a yes, yes all the time? Were you kind of like just giving your energy away without realizing that you needed to harness it to be the best you can be?
exactly. And that was even worse because, being in the energy industry, I don't know about the States, but here in Europe, it's a male dominated industry.
Mm.
So even during my studies, we were 2 out of 200.
Mm-hmm.
I always had to prove myself, always had to be better. I have always had to give more, do more. And so I kind of had this intrinsic motivation. I learned it kind of on the hard way. I always had to give 150 or even 200%. 100% is not enough. And
Right.
I did it not only for in the career, I did it, in all areas of my life, right? And I have really got a really, now I can say it, a really crazy thought, I
Yeah.
can do everything, I can be the perfect wife, I have a perfect manager, perfect mom, perfect daughter, and then I just failed.
Right. Wow, that's really amazing. When you meet other people that are um, wanting to learn, because I think that it has to be something learned too, because not all of our parents or the people in our circle are going to be able to just come to us and give us this knowledge. It's something that we have to learn, or something that comes across our life at certain times. Like you said, it came to you when you were ill. So when you meet people and they want to know, well, how did she get into that space? What's one of the first things that you would tell them to do so that they can start to harness their own energy and be able to give a part of them that they want to give and not out of obligation, especially women?
I think the first and biggest step is awareness.
Yes.
Just being kind of noticing, because at least I can only speak for myself, but I was overrunning constantly my own needs and also the needs of my body.
Yeah.
I just didn't listen to my body was actually really communicating with me,
Yeah.
but I wasn't listening at all, right? My focus was somewhere else.
And 10 other
And
things, right?
yeah, juggle all these balls at the same time. And
Wow.
then, yeah, and I think it's really about, because what you said, it's about learning, but I think it's more about remembering,
Uh,
because we are all natural energy beings. It's natural. We just have this energy body around us, right? But we were just kind of trained to ignore it.
mm-hmm.
And
Because we're
as
so
soon
busy
as
going, and not paying attention to our bodies. And you know what? What you're saying is so true, because even for myself, my body has said, okay, you need to do this. Like maybe you need to drink more water, or you should eat this type of fruit or whatever. And then I'll look up, what this particular thing is good for, what this fruit or vegetable, whatever. And it's like my body is telling me, okay, you're being depleted of this, this, and this. And if you don't listen, then you're going to end up in a different situation. So we absolutely, what are some of the techniques that you would say that would help an individual to learn to listen to their body more? Because sometimes I hear people say that they hear that voice and they ignore it. What would you say to someone to help them to just take a moment and actually listen?
I can, if you want, we can do a little exercise. We can, even for those who don't see me, we can explain it.
Okay.
Would it be something for your audience?
Absolutely.
And actually, this is my most powerful tool, and I just love it. And people who started using it, most of them, they really get completely crazy about it because I use it all the time. It's kind of natural now in my body. So it's nothing extra you have to do. At the beginning, it's a little bit of, maybe being scared. But once you really get into it, then you just completely crazy about it.
Okay.
And so normally you do it in standing.
Okay.
I don't know. You can't stand up right now. Can you stand up now, or is it?
Let me see.
Oh, let's do it together, right?
Yes.
So bring some action to your audience. So everybody now standing up, right?
Yes.
And it's a very quick thing. Okay. So you just stand, and then you put your hands on your belly. You can close your eyes. You can keep them open, whatever feels more comfortable. I just recommend to close it so you can concentrate more.
Okay.
And there's just one thing. You just inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Let everything go, every tension, every thought, everything, just you and your body. And then you say, you can think it, or your best thing is you say it loud. Give me a yes. And then see what your body does. And my yes is my body tilts forward. But there are other ways your body can say yes. Do you get a yes?
Yes, my body is saying you feel very, very relaxed.
No, but is it moving your body?
Yeah,
Is
kind of like to the side though, not to the front, but to the side, because I'm like taking my feet and trying like, okay, what are you doing?
Okay, so then let's do another thing. Then my name, and you say your name, right? So my name is Cornelia, and you say my name is Dawn.
My name is Dawn.
Ah, yeah, I can see it. Was the same movement, right?
Yeah, that's so funny. When I said my name is Dawn, inside my head, it was like, yeah.
Yeah, you're Dawn.
I have my own head cheerleaders.
Yeah, cool. You're connected. Okay, so now we need a no, right? So
Okay.
back, we close the eyes, and now we say, give me a no.
Give me a no. Now I moved back.
Exactly. My no is backwards as well. And we can cross. Yeah, now we cross-check your no, and then we could say, like, my name is Paul, right? And then I would get a no as well.
Right, because your name is Paul. Okay. So basically, it's kind of like a calming technique where you kind of put yourself in a calming situation where you can actually listen to yourself and block out all the noise. Because as soon as I stood up and did that and start breathing in, but then I meditate, so it might be that difference. But like everything around me got quiet, and it was just whatever we were doing. But I know how to block all of that out because of the work that I've done with myself. But you know what, that's a good technique that we've just shared with the audience, because I was talking to someone about meditating, and she said that she tried for about 4 years and she could not quiet her mind. I said, then you're the one who really needs to meditate. You are the type of person who absolutely needs to meditate if you're saying that you could not calm your mind, because at some point you're going to have to get calm just to get your nerves under control, just to get your body under control, just to be able to zone out. I know I can be in an airport, noise all around, and if I've got 30-40 minutes before that flight or an hour, I just completely zone out and just go into myself. So I like that technique. You know what, I'm going to steal that technique.
Yeah, definitely. Please use it. It's called the standing method. And it's based on a kinesiological muscle test. And and it's not about just calming down, but with this you can start communicating with your body.
That's right.
As you said, how do I connect with my body? And this is a tool, because your body just can't lie, right? most of the time it reacts immediately. So you're not about to think about it. So you ask a question and then your body reacts.
Yeah.
And this is then kind of the answer from your body. Then you can ask, is this, every time now I go in the supermarket, just for an example.
Mm-hmm.
Now I take a zucchini and my body answers automatically and say yes or no if I should buy this zucchini.
Yes.
So in a way you can
Your body
start
essentially, so is your body essentially saying, yes, I need that?
yeah.
Or no, I don't need that.
Yeah, it's not only if you need that, but this particular zucchini, maybe there's spray on it or whatever. So it's not good for my body, it tells me.
Right. Because I've had that muscle test, with vitamins and things when I go into my naturopath doctor's store, and she'll say, well, come on, let's do it. And then, nope, that's not going to work. Okay, yep, that's the one that's going to work.
Exactly. And with the standing method, you can, just the beauty about it, with some practice, you can do it alone.
Yeah. Okay.
And because your body is the expert, right? It knows exactly what it needs. And then you can also ask, yeah, should I go for exercise now? Do I need a break? Right? You can really start communicating and asking your body, what does it need right now?
Right.
Do you need more energy? Should I need recharge my energy? Right. So that's how you get in contact with your body. And you can even, because most of the time what I get from my clients when they, ask your body, it knows the answer. Yeah, but I don't hear anything. I don't get any information.
Right.
And so I developed this technique because you get a direct information with which you can use. Yeah. You can even ask, yeah, should I cook rice or potatoes today? Or, or I don't know. There are many things you can ask.
That's a really good way to get in touch with your body and your mind. And also it's kind of setting you up for your body responding to you. Because if you ask I'm going to tell you something. I am absolutely in agreement with what you're saying, because I literally will, and I've learned that I have to ask myself things out loud. I used to try to do it within, but it works better for me if I ask myself. I will ask myself a question out loud, and I'm telling you, it will show up with a speed that used to freak me out, but now I expect it. So now I'm like, okay, I went into this with expectance. So why am I acting like I'm surprised when the answer showed up, whether the answer is in my favor of what I wanted or not? But I will literally ask myself questions out loud. I can be driving along in my car and something will pop up like, well, why, blah, blah, blah. And I'll ask myself the question of, well, why not? Or whatever. And I'll get a picture of it in my head. This is why not. This is why you should. Or this is why, this is why you're thinking that, or this is why you're supposed to be going to this place you want. And so I absolutely agree. Now, how many minutes a day do you suggest to your clients when they're brand new now? How many hours or minutes do you suggest that they spend with this daily, getting in touch with themselves inner wise? Like a brand new person who's just like, I want it, I know my body needs it, but I don't know how to tap in.
I think, I think it should be fun, right? It's more about experimenting with it and like a little child experimenting a new technique. And so what's good for my body and what's not, right? So like with this fun factor, then it's not, because if you add something, you have to do that like 15 times 3 minutes, nobody's going to do it, right? It must become intrinsically out of the person to really say, yeah, I would love to do that, and it's fun, and I haven't seen anybody who hasn't started with it who is not continuing, because you just you have your personal advisor with you, right? This gives you a lot of more confidence and more power for many decisions. We always have to make a lot of decisions every day, right? And so it transforms also your personality in a way, because you feel stronger, you have more energy. And that's also the big difference, like with most people, they're kind of if you have low energy, and I know from my own experience, then you're kind of in survival mode, and you just see until the next day, because there are so many things and you have to do just until the next day, and you don't even have see any further. What I've noticed now with like unlimited energy, life is perceived so much easier because you see opportunities. So many things come all of a sudden up to you. You never ever thought about it. And
Right.
I have the energy to execute them, to do them actually. And
Right.
that's why my clients also say, yeah, life is easier.
Yeah. Let's talk about your book because I know you've got a new book, and let's talk about the energy of the book. I know you said change your energy, and I love that you're saying change your energy because what that implies is that we all have the opportunity to make a change. It's just a matter of will we do it. So let's talk about the book. Oh, look how nice.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it's kind of the energy wave, right? It says when you're changing your energy shifts, and so in a way it increases. It has a different frequency. That's kind of the idea of the book cover, and the idea here is, there are two things I would like to say to the book because we spoke about it before.
Yes.
Most people I'm talking to, or many people are now focusing on their physical energy, like sleeping well, good nutrition,
Yeah.
exercising, and but what I've noticed when I was sick is there is not one, and there's not only the physical energy. There are more energy levels,
Right.
and there is like energetic energy level, the emotional, mental, and also the spiritual energy.
Right.
And what I've noticed is, of course, the physical energy is the most fundamental because if you don't feel well, then it's very difficult to work on other levels.
That's right.
But what I've noticed, and I saw it at the beginning in your sparkle, is what I've noticed is the most important or the most essential energy is our spiritual energy.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for it, it's kind of, this is our why, right? This is our purpose, why we are here.
Mm-hmm.
And if we do something we really love, we are kind of our own power plant, right? We are generating intrinsically so much energy because we enjoy so much what we are doing. And this is kind of the, yeah, that's the best thing that can happen, that you're producing your own energy.
Wow, that is amazing. What's one tip in the book that you would say that could really get people to say, I gotta go get that book? What's one tip in there that you feel like would really be a life changer for an individual who's interested in tapping into the personal energy bank?
I think my most favorite one is really to recharge your energy in 3 minutes.
Okay. Is that kind of like using the technique that we just did?
No, it's a tapping technique.
Yeah, I know about tapping. We have a gentleman here in Wimberley, Texas. His name is Joe. What's Joe's last name? Anyway, he's called the Mr. Fire, and he taught me about tapping maybe 20 years ago, and I thought he was crazy talking about tapping. What are you? What are you talking about, sir? And I finally got it 5 years after he told me about it. And so I'm very he does what is it called? Ho'oponopono ono?
Ho'oponopono, Ho'oponopono. Yeah,
How
I
about
love it.
that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is what he does, and he has taught millions of people around the world, and that's how I know about it. But I like that you know about it because that just makes us connect even more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we are all connected. Yeah, so this is my most favorite one. And my second favorite one I recommend is
Joe
especially
Vitale. Joe Vitale is his name, by the way. It just popped.
ah,
Joe Vitale.
really?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll look him up. And this is especially important for people with sleeping problems because,
Oh,
I had sleep problems for ages, right? And what I've noticed, we spoke about it before, like we have this energy body around us, and
yeah.
then you go to a concert or a networking event, or you just stay in the bus. And if you imagine, we have like these 2 meters around us, and we are standing next to each other, then our energy bodies, of course, are mingling. You just can't prevent that, right?
Right.
And so this, of course, resides in that you can pick up some, thoughts or feelings from somebody else because your energy bodies are mingling. And then all of a sudden you have stuff in your energy body that doesn't belong to you.
That
And,
is so true. That's so true. You know,
And that's what I recommend is we do it like every day, like we take a shower, we clean our body, we take care of it, we brush our teeth. But most people never ever thought about cleaning their energy body. And when we do that in the evening, you will feel immediately the result because you don't take this stuff that doesn't belong to you into your bed, into your dreams.
into your dreams. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. Every single thing that you have said today, I absolutely am in agreement with, because that is me in the evening before I lay down to go to bed. I've gotten rid of everything. I don't take the day with me to bed. So that means, you wash yourself before you go. I do not take my day with me. And that's one of my funny sayings when I'm out and about and I come back home and I go, oh, I got to wash the day off of me, or wash the world, or wash the city off of me. Because again, networking, you're coming into contact with all types of energies from all types of people, and you just don't want to take that to your bed or to your sleeps or your dreams or whatever. And in the past, before I knew to do that, I would be dreaming about all these things that happened during the day and people that I met. It'd be like replaying in my mind. And I was like, yeah, I'd rather be dreaming about something else other than what's already happened for me.
Wow,
That's
I love that. I want you to wash the day off. I love that.
Let me ask you something. When you were ill, do you think that this technique that you're using on a daily basis, do you think this was one of the main things that helped you to heal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thinking of everything is just energy is helped me a lot to understand more things, and then it empowered me in a way there were two things. I realized I had to take on my responsibility for
Mm-hmm.
my health and for my life.
Right.
I just other people can support you on your healing process, but what I've learned is everybody can only heal her or himself.
That's right.
Others can only support you, right? And that's what I realized. So, but in order to do so, you need to take on the power, the responsibility, and then and to start working on it. Yeah, and it's good to have support. Yes, some things you can't do alone,
Right.
but it's you who is healing yourself, and I think this is empowering, and that's what I also wanted to do with the book, to show people with really, there's 77 exercises in it, and they are no longer than 3 minutes,
Oh,
because
wonderful.
we are all busy, right? And I know you said you're meditating. I do meditate as well, but I noticed, I had two little kids at that time. Most of the time when I needed energy or needed something, I didn't have the time to meditate for half an hour.
Right.
So
Right.
and as an engineer, I thought there must be a quicker and faster solution. I need something that I can do in that moment when I need it.
That's right.
And
That's
that's why I developed these techniques. So, I could step out, like go to the restroom. You can even do that in the office, right? I'm quite sure, my colleagues are always wondering what I'm doing in there, because I sometimes after a really long meeting, I get there exhausted, and then I come out, where's the next meeting, right? And they notice the difference. And you can do it everywhere, right?
that's right. Oh no, I love that. I bet they were like, what did she go in the bathroom and do? Like, I mean, she came out with such a new pep in her step.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. But you're always wondering, might I'm taking some stuff or whatever. But they never ask. They never ask. But now, if they read the book, they know.
Wonderful. I would love to have a copy of that book. Is there anything else that you would like to share with the viewers and the listeners so that they can tap into you and figure out how to connect with you and learn some of those 70 something tips that you've got in the book? I know that we're going to have everything in the description bar, your link, your website, link to the book, all of those type of things. So is there any parting words that you'd like to leave with our audience?
Yeah, there's also one thing, and I know also from myself, there's one thing we also need to tackle if you really want to lead a healthy life, and this is stress, right? You're meditating a lot,
Yeah.
but I also noticed that, yeah, sometimes most people have a stress level. They don't even notice that they're stressed because it's their normal, right? And that's what I'm noticing. And I think, and there I have a free ebook on my homepage.
Okay.
people can download, and it's really about how you can communicate with your body, right? And that's what I'm explaining there. It's not because you need something in that moment when you are stressed, right? You need something that you can calm down, and I developed a technique where you really start communicating with your body.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and after 5 to 10 minutes, all the stress is gone, and then I always end up with a big smile on my face, and then you can continue.
That's perfect. Now, one more question before I let you go. Tell us something about you that we cannot Google. You know, we put so much information on our social media, on our Google pages, on our Facebook, on just our websites. What's one thing that you can share with the audience that we wouldn't be able to Google about you, but would be very interesting to know?
I can share one thing almost nobody knows, or not, or most people don't remember, and this is I was a handbag designer.
Really? For how many years?
And not so long. The thing is, actually, the idea behind it, I made handbags. Some of them I even sewed myself, and then I painted them, because the idea or my concept was, we all have these paintings at home, and the idea was I have then a carry on art. I can take the art with me and show it around. You can have your painted handbag with you and show it to your best friend. Hey, this is my new art piece, right?
That is so creative. I knew there was going to be something interesting, and I love to ask that question because we put so much information out into the world, but that right there, I'm like, you did?
Yes, and my bags were even at the fashion show in Berlin, and then I met a designer, a German designer, and she went to the New York Fashion Week, and she took my handbags with her because they fitted exactly with her collection. So they were even in New York, and so it kind of really started, and I really enjoyed it. I had so much fun, and then my homepage got hacked.
Yes. Everybody
And
wants one, right?
And then I just kind of all the energy was out of my handbags.
You were like, I was just doing this for fun now, guys. But you know what? You're right. Everybody won't be coming into your home, but when you're out and about and you've got that handbag with you, like you said, you can take that painting on the go. So do you think that's something that you'll get back around to, or you're like, that took the fun out of it?
The thing is, now I just realized that with my energy work, I can help so many more people.
Right,
And
right.
it's definitely I miss my handbags, and because there was this creative part where I was so much in the flow, but my heart really sings when I'm working with people on their energy. I just really love it.
That's good. And, it's great to have something that you're really, really passionate about. Well, thank you so much for being my guest today. I appreciate you taking the time. I know we're on two different time zones that are completely far apart, but thank you for, logging in all the way from Switzerland to be able to share all of this beautiful information and the little surprise at the end, with us about you so that people can really get to know who you are. They may not be where you are, but they can get with you just like me. I'm in Texas and I'm talking with you right now. If they want to tap into what you're doing, when they click on those links, they'll be able to get right to you. So thank you for gracing me with your presence today to be able to share with our audience.
Thank you so much for having me, Dawn, and for all your really amazing questions. So much fun. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I think we were not even in different time zones. We're even in different continents, right? And we were so close connected just by our energy.
Absolutely. All right, mothers and daughters, I told you I was going to bring you another great woman that is absolutely loving what she does. Again, remember, this is Miss Cornelia Kawann. And if you want to learn more about how to tap into your personal energy, make sure that you go down to the description bar and you click on everything. Make sure you get the book, the ebook that she's got on her site. Make sure you click on the link to order her book. Is your book on Amazon?
Yes, definitely.
Make sure you click on the link to purchase her book on Amazon. And it's so important that you tap into your own personal energy and to be able to Change yourself, change your energy. All right, that's our show for today. And until next time. Hey, ladies, this is your official invitation to join us on the Winner's Circle Cruise in January. We're going to meet in Fort Lauderdale and go through Key West. And then from Key West, we are going to go over to Bimini, Bahamas. If you have not been to the Bahamas in the last year or so, you've got to go. It is so wonderful, so lovely, so awesome. So far, we've got a good group of ladies that are already signed up. The max to go is 24, unless something wild happens, but 24 is the max. If you received the flyer from me, you know that you need to go ahead and get your deposit down. So we'll spend the first day in Fort Lauderdale getting on the cruise. It'll spend a day on the water. We'll get over to Key West, spend a day there. That'll be day 3. And then for day 4, we will be in Bimini, Bahamas, and we will spend an entire day there where we will just foo-la-la, foo-la-la, foo-la-la. And the final day, we will be back in Fort Lauderdale. I do suggest that you get to Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the night before the cruise. I have seen people be left, so don't be one of them. Now, if you want to leave the day we get back, the cruise is going to be back. By the time you get off, it'll be 10. So if you want to book you a flight, book it after 10 or noon. You just saw the beautiful rooms that we are going to be booking. Yes, every room will have a balcony unless you declare otherwise. Now look at that water. Can you tell me you don't want to be there? Look at all those good markets. You telling me you don't want to be with the Winner's Circle? The Winner's Circle is for women owners of businesses that want to get together with other women from all over different places to be able to mastermind, to talk about our businesses, to grow, to support one another, to hear others' perspectives on how you can do things different in your business to be the best business and to grow your business. Anything that you can't talk about with other people, this is a great time. Join us on the Winner's Circle Cruise.